Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Metcalf Training YouTube channel. You join me out here on a windy night in Ellesmere. We're out for a little stroll. It's actually quite pleasant though. This video is going to be about the Stockport Metro November meet from 2024. And I am recording this part of the video in 2026, yes. But in the last couple of videos that I've uploaded, in a couple of them I mentioned about how I was voicing over stuff that I did over competitions that I competed at from previous years, because this was a period where I wasn't uploading. I actually uploaded one video about 6 months ago, then didn't upload again. Just to make a note of what's going to be happening, there are a few more videos that I sort of have or plan to make about times that have passed, but there's also a few videos that I filmed in real time. There's one concerning English Summer Nationals from 2025, which will be on the channel soon. There's another one concerning a Masters meet that I did in September 2025, and then there is one that I just filmed this weekend when I was racing in Derby. So yes, there'll be a few more videos. Like this one is going to be where I get into the main part of it, where it's me voicing over old stuff, with a couple that I did film sort of in real time sprinkled in there. But then we'll get to a point where we are back, properly back, and every upload will be filmed in real time, you know, with sort of stuff like this, as well as me voicing over other things. But I'm excited about the prospect of uploading again, and I thank you all for being along for the ride. So yeah, let's get into this one. And like I said, this is about Stockport, the Stockport Metro November meet 2024. So back to November 2024 now, ladies and gentlemen, and to the Stockport meet. As I mentioned, this was one where I travelled up from London on the Friday night, and as you can see here, we're going through some of the sights of Stockport. Stockport is an incredibly special venue for me. I actually used to do the November meet pretty much every single year when I was in school. I did it once when I was at university as well, and I've got some really special memories there. I've had some great swims in that pool over the years, and you know, none more so than the 50 breast that I did back in November 2025. Obviously it's March 2026 when I'm recording this voiceover, but I broke a 4-year standing PB in my short course 50 meter breaststroke, and my grandfather was there. We just went across on the day, and it was truly special. It was a truly special day, and it was a truly special swim, and that was just recently. So like I said, Stockport has been a truly special place and a truly special venue for me over the years. Anyway, this video is about 2024, so let's get back to that. And in 2024, like many of the other previous weekends I'd had at Stockport, it was 100 freestyle up first, in there in lane 4. Decent start, it looked like, decent dive, coming up slightly ahead, going with the straight arm recovery here for the first 50. That was something that I tried that when I went 50.06 in December 2023, and it actually worked for me. It was a change I made on the day, and it worked for me, so I applied it here. And I must say, I think my stroke looked better on this day doing that straight arm recovery on the first 50 than it did on the second 50 here, because my stroke's gotten really short there. I guess, you know, I'm getting tired, so it's getting shorter. But I just don't look like I'm catching as much water. It doesn't look as fluid. Obviously that's the lactic acid as well, and the fatigue, so I can't blame it all on my technique. But yeah, I'm struggling here a bit, and I'm breathing under the flags there for a 51.23. Important to note that that was something that I sort of did start doing deliberately, because I found I was actually losing time from putting my head down. But here we are again, the second race, 50 breaststroke, and this was probably the highlight of the weekend, I would have said. Their good start against that heat there, head into the wall, hit the turn pretty much on it there, get around the wall relatively quickly, and I'm just extending my lead here. So again, against this heat, it's a pretty strong swim. There were a few things I was thinking about with my technique at that time, and I come into the finish there, quite long into the finish there for a 28.1. Like I said, probably the highlight swim of that weekend in 2024. So now into day 2 of swimming, and I did have the 100 IM first on this day in the afternoon, but I haven't included that in this video, just the 53 here. That was my last swim of the weekend, and again there in lane 4. Decent start, I would say. Poor reaction. The entry is splashless, but it wasn't the best start I think I've ever had. My stroke just doesn't look good here, but I did get around the wall all right. Breakout there is all right, but like I say, my stroke just doesn't look good. I don't have the forward momentum, or visually I don't think I have the forward momentum, and it just doesn't look as sharp and polished as I would like to see it, but in there for a win in 23.14. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for watching. I do hope you've enjoyed the video, and if you have, please do like and subscribe.